Hi everyone, my name is Tanu and I'm an artist. I'm into arts from last 8 years. Also by profession I'm a speaker and a coach. So today I started my channel last year, but of course I didn't get an idea how to share, how to record all the videos, and then I have learned online with some references, which I'm, giving the link in my description. You will see there. Also, don't forget to subscribe. And there are my social links, my Instagram, my Facebook page, my Facebook group. All links are given below, so you can just click and you will be in. Then, apart from that, I would love to share, my views on sketching, why sketching is important, and because initially when we were kids, teacher used to give us pencils. Why? Have you ever thought it? No, because we can erase our mistakes. So that would be really helpful. Like if you have done something wrong, so you can just erase it and make it again. Also, after within 8 years, also today I believe to work at least half an hour. I dedicate my half an hour to my sketching department. So this is my routine, and I would love to share. There are basic techniques, sometimes we or other techniques as well, how to make it, how to draw, and lots of things. Because sometimes, of course, every time you can't go for still life, like you keep your object in front of you and start drawing. No, some initially, especially for the beginners, we use references. Even I used to do that in my earlier days. So of course, I just want to share this, how to study that reference pic, how you start making it. This is very important. There are a few key points which, if you wish, you can just note down. If you don't wish, just keep repeating. And you can download my my video also, so it's downloadable. You can easily download and keep it with you. So well, but don't forget to subscribe. This is very, very important. Okay, so let's start with studying our reference pic. Okay, and also before I move, I would love to share. You can suggest me, you can give me any suggestion, any advice if you wish. Please do that. And if you have any reference pic that you want to do sketch and you want me to make a tutorial on that particular reference or pic, or you want to share, you can just mail me. My mail ID is there. You can Instagram me, you can message me, or you can put that pic, not pic, you can put in comment section. I will definitely see and get back to you. Okay, just leave your mail ID, I will get back to you accordingly. So okay, so let's start with our reference pic today. First we will start how to study, and then we start picking it. Okay, great. So there you go. You can see I have chosen this reference pic. You can see there are 3 apples, and the size of this page is A4 size. Okay, and I'm gonna make you study basically how to go ahead with the scene. Okay, because sometimes when you are making, like suppose I took this pad. Okay, and this peg, the size of the reference peg is A4 size, which is very common. We usually use A4, but I'm going to make on A5 size, because A5 drawing book 140 GSM. There is a link below also for this drawing book, where I have bought this book, so you can easily find it. Okay, if you wish. Okay, so there you can see now. Okay, so now we will start. You can see the size. You just imagine this is your book. Okay, means a drawing sheet. This is your drawing sheet. Okay, and you can see the distance between the apples. Okay, distance between this area, this area, this area, also this area. So you need to understand how much distance you have to leave around, and then you have to start making it. And which is the first object you have to make, this one or this one? Okay, so as per Suresh, this is the main part. Actually, this is the main object. You have to draw it first. So if you are making this one as per this distance, so just forget about these two apples. Okay, don't think about there are too many apples. Just only focus only one apple, and you have to start making this one. Okay, so how you are making it? Like in this sheet, you just need to understand there is a distance between this apple here, and sorry, the distance here, and the distance between this here. Okay, so I'm gonna use my for today's session. I'm gonna use my HB pencil. Okay, eraser, sharpener, and this eraser. This is a pencil eraser which has a brush which can you can easily erase your things, so it will not smudge your paper. So that's why we use the brush one. Okay, so there you go. So this sheet, of course, it is smaller than the my is smaller than my previous pick. I mean reference pick. Okay, so let's start. And how do we? Okay, I'm gonna keep it here so it would be easier for you, so you can see. Okay. Or anything, whatever you have, but don't use This apple is in A4 size, and here, because this side there is no light, so that's why it's all dark. Hmm? And this side the light is coming, so it's all light. So this is the difference, okay? And because light is coming all over here, so it doesn't go this part as well. This part is dark, right? And in fact, this here is, you can see the darker part. Why? Because this apple is hiding this apple, so light doesn't I mean it doesn't allow to go till here. That's why wherever light doesn't go, it will become dark. Okay, so this is how it works basically. So now, see, you blending systems, you can't just do like this, like a pencil. Okay, you have to be use very light hand and go slowly. Okay, and then just keep rolling a little round. Now I'm turning my blending stem, because this side I did it with the darker one. So the other side I'm going to use for the lighter one. You can see there is no as such, it's not as dark as the other side. Okay, so we will use this part now. And if it is too dark, if you find it too dark, so we have this sandpaper. You can use this sandpaper to erase it, the dust. So how, like, I'm gonna erase my, like this. You can use sandpaper and this stone will get clean. Okay, so we are here. You can see we are done with the major part, and let's go ahead with now we are going to use. And remember, when you are doing this shading, this is very dark and this is very light. It won't be possible because the shades has to be similar. So you need to work on the lighter shade as well while you're doing your darker shade. Okay, so just a little dark. Take the you don't need to use any. You don't need to use pencil for this. You can use the same shades and bring it down with the same blending is done. Continue with the same shade. Now it looks like more, it's a part of that apple, not something else. Now you have to work more. So what we can do, we can just use pencil again for a little bit, not too much, a slight shade on the on this major part, like where you can see darker lines, like can you see in the picture? Here you can see those lines, and we'll work on this light later. Okay, right now we are focusing. Okay, so there you go. You can see I did the major part which is called shading. So you can see here we just keep blending it. You can just blend as much as possible. So this darker shade has to be part of the lighter shade. Okay, like very similar. Unless until we see any prominent area like this one. Okay, like this and this. If you see these kind of prominent areas on your reference pic, then I understand you have to, keep working on that way. And of course, I'm gonna show you how to work on these kind of lights. But right now, because the major part is this, you know, this, this, which makes these apples look much more real. So we have to, keep working on these kind of shades first, and then later we can go for the prominent areas. So guys, now, see, we already reached till here. You can see the shading part, dark and light. We already reached here. But before we move to the lighter part, I mean this part, you have to, understand few things. Like, see, we are going to use a new tool today, and for this, making this light, and of course, for these dots, we can use eraser or that tool as well, whatever we like. We can just go ahead accordingly. Okay. So there you can see the entire thing. You can see the light. You need to focus where are the lights actually. So before you get into the sketching, you need what you can do for the exercise. You can just circle, you know, make a circle wherever you see a light, a prominent part. Of course, not these dots. You can't, circle each and every dot. You can see now, but it is just for your reference, for your understanding. So wherever you see the prominent part of the lighting, you just need to circle it. Okay, there I can see. So it would be really helpful to understand where you will not miss any part. Because sometimes subject is not as small as this one. Sometimes it's really big, really vast. So there are too many lights, too many reflections. So it is going to be really, you may forget. Okay, and then result will not exactly the way you want actually. So that's why wherever you see little light or little shading, you can just go ahead, make a circle like this, and let's move to the other area. Okay, but before we get into the light, you need to again recheck your drawing with your reference pic regarding. So now what we are going to do, I'm going to introduce you to my new eraser. This is from the Bristol. You can see it's a electric eraser, and I'm using it for prominent areas. Okay, so as I have mentioned, these areas 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna use this electric eraser for these areas. Okay. So how does it work? You can see